Naruto Shippuden in the title is because he's gonna be in the latest part of Naruto Shippuden, aka the final part. So I'm gonna say that since we know that Kurenai had a child, Kurenai was pregnant right after the pain arc, we're gonna have to make someone survive from the Uchiha clan. And we're gonna give no other person else but Itachi's waifu, Izumi. But if you guys remember, Toby killed her. Now we have to change that. So when Toby would trap her and all that crap, she would activate her Sharingan and actually somehow, miraculously, put Toby in a genjutsu and run away, actually getting out of there. But while she's in the genjutsu, she'd also cut off both of his arms and kick him in the stomach. Then she'd run out of the building, making it. Running to Itachi, crying about how she was just about to be killed by a masked man. And remember, Itachi wanted to kill the entire clan, but he says he doesn't care what he says in his head, I don't care what Danzo thinks. I'm not gonna kill her. I love her and I am not going to kill her. As he takes her away. Then Itachi would join the Akatsuki and all that crap, but Toby would absolutely hate Izumi for what he did to her. But what she did to him. So let's just go on to where the Sasuke retrieval arc. No, not the Sasuke retrieval arc. The Itachi killer arc, aka Itachi's death. So with that, Izumi would have already been pregnant about the same. Okay, look, it's gotta make sense. They're really old. They're old enough, all right. Izumi would be old enough by the time of the pain arc. How old would she be? Like 28 or something? And Itachi's like 28, since they were in the same class. So I think she'd probably be pregnant at about the pain arc. And once that finishes up, Itachi's already dead, which she is saddened about, but she goes into hiding since she knows that she can't come back to Leaf Village unless she, stays there. But then, one day while she's walking around a village, they see a giant lightning bolt come down in the village. Izumi somehow protects herself using a new jutsu she's developed called Creation Jutsu. She can create anything, so she creates a 100mm thick blanket which blocks her. Sasuke finds her and then pulls over the blanket, saying, as he realizes that that's Izumi because he remembers her as a child. When Izumi tried to hold her, he cried. He cried. He asked he asked who she is, and she says, but then she takes a good look to him and says, Sasuke? He says, how do you know who I am? And she says, it's me, Izumi Uchiha. He goes, Sasuke doesn't really care, and he says that you should probably just go back to the Leaf. And she decides she's not really allowed in the Leaf. She can actually come back if she wants. So let's just go right after the war arc. Now we do remember that. Wait a minute. So he would be about the same age as Mirai, when Naruto's wedding comes up. So these two would just be playing. Actually, Izumi would just arrive to the wedding because she wants to celebrate it, as she brought a gift as well. And Kakashi asks what's her name, and she says Izumi Uchiha. And she says, are you related? Are you Sasuke's sister? And she says, no, I'm his brother's wife. And he says, Itachi's wife? He goes, yeah. As they see a little boy next to him, and he goes, as he's like, as he's just playing around, going, Oh yeah, so then he walks over to, then when Izumi walks over to just go chat, blah blah blah, she walks up to Sakura saying, "Hi, my name's Izumi Uchiha, nice to meet you." She goes, "Uchiha? But Sasuke's the only one left." He goes, "Ah yes, Sasuke. My husband's little brother." Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. So as they get conversation, Christian wanders off and then finds a little girl on top of a big dog. He goes, "Doggy," as he starts poking its nose. Poking Akamaru's nose. Akamaru sneezes and makes Mirai fall. He goes and grabs her hand before she falls, in like a adorable child's voice, says, "Are you okay?" And then they have that classic fun anime scene like Ash and Serena did in Pokemon. As Izumi yells, "Where are you? You can't wander off!" He goes, "Over here!" Over here! And it's time. Let's just skip like 13 years, and when Christian reaches about the age of 13, actually, Mirai's also 13, and they're in the tuning exams in the first round. Kashi is the Hokage, of course, and the whole team is and Boruto, I think, would be about 3 by the time, like 3 to 4, and they'd be watching it from afar, from the stands. When it would start, Christian would easily ace the writing exam, saying "done" as he gives it to the proctor. That should be the forced of death. He'd easily pass that. He has not been trying. He's not even on the same squad as Mirai Sarutobi. So let's just go on to the third and final part. He just bodies everyone there. Except for the final round, it's Mirai Sarutobi versus Christian Uchiha. He says, "Start!" Christian goes, "Yeah!" as he gets in a fighting stance, and then they start to clash, going, clang, clang, clang. Christian lands a swift hit to Mirai's gut, going, "Dum!" which is a blast back. She goes, okay, no, she does fire style, hiding in ash, as she goes underground, as he goes, thought I couldn't do it. Lightning stream! As he punches the ground and a lightning stream rips up the ground, making her fall out. He goes, "Ah!" She says, "Fire style! Smoke ash jutsu!" Then she does the which blocks his vision. He goes, as she lands a nice knuckle the iron ninja knuckles punch to the gut. He goes, as he lands into the wall, going, as he gets his shuriken ready and throws them back, going, he goes, "Kagabashi shit again!" As they rush at her, there's so many. She tries to block them all, but there's barely anyone. Then she activates chakra and chakra knives and knocks them all back. He goes, "Ah!" Then he cranks it up by going even farther, appearing in front of her, doing Rock Lee's taijutsu, going, "Ah!" Boom. She says, "Fire style, great fire dragon!" A humongous fire dragon comes to the ground. He goes, "Sharingan!" Boom. As he activates his 3 Tomoe one. As he starts to jump left and right. Actually, it's 2 Tomoe. He goes, "Uchi oh, as he literally gets the jutsu done and goes, "Tajibu!" Then he lands a shot. Then he also then the attacks clash. As he goes, "Ah!" As they go, "Ah!" Then he goes, then when they backflip, he goes, "Tajibu! Kagebushi no jata!" creating 300 shadow clones. They go, "Ah!" as she is bodying them all. But then when he comes, he goes, "Ah!" and pulls out a sword and breaks one of her, and breaks the tip of her kunai, of her ninja knuckle kunai, as he elbows her in the face and then punches forward into the sky. He goes, as all the shadow clones are gone and both their chakra is almost done, he goes, "I'll use my final jutsu." as he spams a lot of hand signs, going. Kakashi and Naruto and Sakura remember those hand signs from when they're on the mission to the Land of Ice. He goes, and does a final hand sign and goes, Ice style, white whale! Ice whale! As a humongous whale breaks through the stadium, he goes, Mirai can't counter, so she tries to go for a dragon. Then it claps on her, going boom. He says, "Okay, I'll do it too." As she does an ice whale. He goes. Ah, ichi o ne, saru tobi saru ne. Water style, water dragon jutsu. As the water dragon acts, she defeats it, going. He goes, how? He goes. Then he yells out, as he goes, as all the shadow clones go, Rasengan! As they create as they all create giant Rasengans. Everyone in the stadium is shocked at his giant Rasengans. No one even knew he could perform it. Not even Izumi. As he goes, she just says, all I can do is block. As when she blocks, he goes, they clash, then break her ninja knuckles, which weren't the ones that her dad used. They're just fakes. As she's defeated, as he goes, as he releases all the shadow clones. As he's breathing heavily. And yeah, that's basically it for this video.